YouTube, what is up? It's Foster with Tech A Day, and we are coming at you with my 1 week later impressions of the Moto Razr Fold 2026. And let me tell you, if it's any indication of how this is gonna go, I gotta move. I move around. My SIM card is sticking and moving, you know? It pops in, it pops out. It's in devices, multiple devices, daily sometimes, you know? It's that kind of SIM card. It gets around. But I have to announce that my main SIM card has officially been retired. We have gone eSIM only in the Razr Fold 2026. We are fully committed to this device. No more sticking and moving. We are all in on this device. And you know, if you're going eSIM, you're serious. You really plan on staying around, because swapping eSIMs ain't easy. I mean, I literally left Mint Mobile because I swapped eSIM so many times that literally what you don't know is there is a limit to how many times you can swap eSIMs, and I reached it. And you cannot then get another eSIM while you are on that plan with that phone number, and they don't know when it resets. And so I couldn't, keep doing that. And luckily, Google Fee, which I have a code in the description, had a great deal going on, and I signed up for them. And to be perfectly honest, it's been better. I've got the best speeds on this device. Actually, where's my speed test? I did one yesterday, and we got, look at that. 11 outside, out and about. I got 1181. Those 200s were indoors, but I got that 1181. That's one of the highest. That's one of the highest numbers I've ever gotten on a phone. I don't even know if I ever got that high on T-Mobile, but I got that on Google Fi or Google Fi. I don't know exactly how to say it, but I have a link in my description, to a code with that. But back to the Moto Razr. We're eSIM. This is my daily, my main squeeze. This is going to be my phone. I'm gonna tell you, I absolutely love this device. And you know what? Let's before we start glazing too hard, I guess we should probably talk about the negative. Okay? It ain't all been good. Not at all. If you followed me, I canceled my pre-order with Motorola. And to be perfectly honest, after talking with a bunch of you guys in the Reddit forums and seeing the stuff that's going on, I'm glad that I did. I will say this first. As a content creator, I never want to speak ill of a company that I would like to work with at some point. So Motorola, if you're watching and listening, please, this is not an insult. This is not a teardown. What this is constructive criticism from a fan, right? I am a consumer first and a creator second. This is my device. I'm using this every day. If I don't make another YouTube video ever, this is the device I'm using to talk to my family, to take videos, to share memories. This is my device. And unfortunately, Motorola, you let us down with this release. We'll start with how it was released. First, the release date was the 21st. I don't know a single soul besides other creators who you personally selected to have the device that actually had the device on the 21st. Now, in my case, I canceled probably a week before the release date, and weirdly, somehow, my actual Motorola order ended up showing up at my house. Even though I canceled the order, it showed up to my house on the 22nd. And from everyone I talked to, I hadn't seen another person get the device that early. So I don't know how that happened. And I ordered it. I didn't even order it first, like early on the first order date. Like I did it middle of the day. And I know people that were like, man, I ordered first thing in the morning and I didn't get a shipping notification until like Memorial Day, like the day after Memorial Day. And they're just getting their phones now, which then brings me to the second thing. Y'all gotta plan out this stuff. Like I knew, and that's the reason why I canceled. I knew that Memorial Day window, that weekend, was going to kill this release because either it wasn't thought about. I know MKBHD and them do that. Did they test this? Well, did they test that? I don't think anyone thought about the Memorial Day weekend. And if you're not going to ship the device 2 to 3 days prior to the release date so people can get it the day that it's released, and you're releasing it on Thursday, which means, and people weren't even getting shipping notifications on that Thursday. They were getting them the next day. Clearly people were taking off. It's coming out of, I'm pretty sure, a US factory. So you got people taking off for the weekend. So the release was terrible. Okay? Again, constructive criticism. That means you have a chance to do better. And that's what this is. This is a challenge to be better, right? That's all we're asking. We need you to be better because you can't give us this amazing device and then the customer service be straight cheeks, the return process, everything else around it just be horrible. Because then we feel hesitant and we're like, I don't know if we can even use this phone because something goes wrong. We can't, we can't rely on you. So the release, bad. And it's still being bad. I know one person, not only, let me take it back. The way you released it and shipped it out was bad. The customer service is, and I don't know how to say it because I know whoever is working in them call centers, I know they're probably doing the best they can. But that has to be some of the worst experiences I have ever had in my life. Not because the people aren't friendly or knowledgeable or anything like that. The simple process is terrible. Okay? So I said I canceled my order. Somehow the Motorola order showed up on the 22nd, right? Now I need to get a return label to send this back to Motorola. Now, you can't just get one online. You got to call in. I called in on Monday, and I'm not making this up for content or anything. I got hung up on 5 times. And I'm not going to say that this was like the people were hanging up on me. I'm talking about the line from Motorola just would shut off. And I talked to Jay over at Smartphone Conversations, and he was like, oh yeah, man, it ain't the people. I don't know what they use, but you'll just be on the phone and it just shuts off. And then you have to start the process all over. He did say that at least they were calling him back. Nobody called me back. I was on the phone. I will say the last interaction I had, I finally got through to a lady. So this was maybe the 6th time. And I'm like, I need to get my shipping label because again, you didn't cancel the order. Then you shipped the order out. And then you shipped the order out and then you kind of just emailed me like, hey, we see you got the order and you canceled it. Do you want it? And it was like, no, I canceled it for a reason. No, I don't want it. You should have sent me a label with that email. I shouldn't have to reach out to you if you know I canceled my order and you still sent me this phone. Like, it's almost like you were just like, you know what, we're going to send it to him and see if he wants it just in case. Like it was done on purpose. I don't think it was, but it's almost, that's what it felt like. Because that's what the email I got after it was like, well, hey, we see you canceled your order and it looks like the device still got delivered to you. Do you still want to, cancel the order or do you want to keep it now that the phone's there? No, I don't want to keep it. I've already had another phone for 4 days at this point, and it's set up already. I'm not opening that box. I'm not touching it. I'm not doing anything, right? That brings me to the return, right? Now, I still got to get answers on this because I think Floss did this. He showed you out the door on this device. I think it's $2,089 and some change. Okay. I didn't open my phone. I didn't do anything. Didn't open the pen, nothing. Left it in a box, shipped it back in the same box, same everything. Shipped it back. I will say, refund alert. The shipping got there in 1 day. By the end of the day that it got there, I had gotten an alert back that my refund was coming. Okay. But this is where shit hits the fan. My refund amount, you would assume, would have been $2,089, but it wasn't. It was $1,933. So I'm now wondering why I'm being charged upwards of like $150 here in this return. Now, what I'm hoping, what I thought at the time was, I had asked, let's say I keep the pen, would they just charge me for the pen? I thought maybe that was it. But I ended up looking at the return thing. It clearly states that the pen, the extended plan, and the phone all in the return and all have been processed. But there's no notification and no type of information on exactly why my refund amount is lower than my purchase amount by like $150 some. And now I have to call back and deal with customer service again, which I've already told you is not a great experience. So I'm going to end this rant on the customer service and say, oh, wait, nope, got to go back. And this one's for the people. Didn't have an issue with me. From what I'm understanding from the people, the trade-in partner that you use, Fabio, whatever it is, seems like a scam, right? It seems like a scam. It seems like what's happening, and it's happened to a few people, is people are sending in devices and they are assuming, all right, you know what? I got $1,100 for my Fold 7. It's paid off. And this is a very interesting one. And people have found this out. It's paid off, but it is carrier locked, right? Which means it has no finance, but no one ever went through the process of unlocking that device so that it could be used on another carrier. So it is still locked to, say, T-Mobile, but there's no financing on it. You send that device in to Fabio. They're going to send that device back and either say it doesn't match the descriptions that you match, it has zero value, or they're going to adjust the value because it is carrier locked. And nowhere in the questions or anywhere in there does it say anything about carrier locked being an issue on anything. And we've heard conflicting reports from customer service that, oh yeah, carrier locked is fine. It just can't have financing. And again, I'm saying the phone is paid off, but it is still carrier locked to T-Mobile. And if you don't understand what carrier locked means, it basically means you go into a T-Mobile store, you pay full price for a phone. That phone is still locked to T-Mobile because it's a T-Mobile phone. You have to go through an extra process to unlock that phone so that you can pop another SIM card in it and use it with anybody else. Okay? That's what carrier lock means. It's not financing. It's just the phone only being set to work with one SIM card, with that being T-Mobile or AT&T or Verizon, whatever that is. So people were not getting, and this happened, they were sending in the right device with no scratches, no anything, and they were just getting emails back saying, oh, well, this doesn't match the description and you have it's a zero value. Now, the nefarious and just diabolical part about this is this process to get it to them, get it back to you, and to tell you how much it was, somehow seems to always run the 14 days. And so now they're telling you, well, hold on. You're thinking I'm getting $1,100 back. So you're thinking I was only paying $700, $800 for this phone. I should be getting $1,000 back. Now they're like, oh, you're getting no money back. No money. Because you remember, Motorola was adding another $500 on top of whatever your trade-in value was. So if your phone was worth $700, they were putting $500 on top of it, no matter what, right? Now the Phobio people come back and they're like, yeah, you know what? We're not giving you anything for this phone. That's exactly what it stated in the thing, in your request, right? So you then call Motorola and say, well, you know what? This whole process only went through because of the trade-in value. I need the return. That person goes, oh, I'm sorry, sir. Well, at this point, your 14-day return window has passed. And you can no longer return the phone, and you're stuck with the device at the $1,890, at the $2,089 price. Right? This has happened to a couple of people. I've seen it happen to more than one person. And the fact that it happened to anyone is a problem. Okay? It's a problem. Again, Motorola. This isn't an indictment on Motorola. I think this is just a mix up. This is just, I'm not calling it bad business, even though it is bad business, but not the nefarious type. I think this is just, a lot of stuff that just wasn't working together correctly. This has got to change. If you're going to be hitting the forefront and giving us bangers like this Motorola Fold, you're going to have to improve the customer service. And this trade-in partner, I would suggest go with somebody else. Pick somebody else, or you got to take over this for these devices, and whatever, or you're going to have to make up for whatever it is that they did. That's just, it's unacceptable. So what I'm saying is, I challenge Motorola, be as great as this device. Okay? Be as great as the device. Do better. We know you got it in you. So just do and be better going forward. And we'll all be good. Okay? That's it. I'm done. No more ranting about Motorola. Now, unfortunately, negatives in the phone. And I'm going to tell you, there ain't a whole bunch. Not really. I be perfectly honest, there ain't a whole bunch. The biggest one I had solved day one and made a video about Mr. Mobile. I hope you saw the video and you get your phone fixed because I fixed your problem. A big one that people got was the Gmail notification problem, or just a notification problem in general. And the Gmail notification problem stemmed from potentially two things. And the bigger issue affected everything. And then there's like a smaller issue. Somehow, some people, when setting the phone up, because this was happening to me, if you go in your Gmail, your notifications, you got to go in. If you watch the video, it says there's a little button that says notify for every message. Somehow, for some reason, that wasn't selected. And I don't know why I got unselected or who unselected it, but it happened to me and it was unselected. So you got to go in there, make sure it is selected. And you know what? Let me just do it again on here so y'all can see. Go into settings. Go to settings. And then you go into your account. So we'll pick that one. And then you go down to inbox notifications. That label right there. Notify for every message. Somehow that thing was not clicked, right? You got to make sure that's clicked. Now that also didn't fix the problem completely. The other problem on this device, and it's a problem that happens on other import devices, and I'm going to consider this import even though it is available locally here, everywhere. T-Mobile, AT&T, Verizon, everywhere. This is still, I believe, a import phone, so it's got a lot of Chinese underpinnings in software and just some stuff there, I believe. If you go into your app info, you got to go into battery usage. Now you'll see something in there called smart use. Now that is a battery optimization thing where it will shut your down. An app, it will just shut it off. And if you have stuff like Gmail that has to do automatic and it just refreshes and it pushes messages, the app is off. And so it won't. So you will not get notifications for your messages because it's put the app to sleep. Gmail is going night night. And you out here trying to figure out why you not getting notifications. Then you open your Gmail, you got 25 messages sitting in there. Now, there is a global way to fix this. If you want, you go in the settings, go to battery, and you go to manage background apps. Now, this is it. This is smart use right here. Just turn this off. My battery life, I'm going to tell you right now, we'll go into bigger detail on this. I got yesterday 14 hours screen on time on this device, right? It died overnight. 14 hours screen on time on this device. No charge at all during the day. 14 hours and I'm on it all day. Y'all know I'll be answering your messages. So the battery life on this thing is amazing. I charged it up this morning just to wake up, like I said, and like I said, I'm still at 12, so I still got to do my daily charge on this thing. But because it's got that 80-watt wire charging, which I'm pretty sure most of y'all ain't got chargers for, because I don't even have an 80-watt charger here. The highest I got is, I think, an Honor, which is 66, and then I got one of those Google ones that's 67. You know, so that's the highest I got in the house. I got to get one from Amazon. Take a look at some links in the description. I got to take a look at that and grab me one, which I'll have this weekend, so I can get the peak charging. But charging on this thing, even at the 66 or 67, absolutely amazing on this device, right? So, back to the negative stuff. The Gmail notification things, that's how you fix it. Go in the app, the battery. That's how you'll kill it from doing it to any other apps, right? Or you can just go in, play with it, and, because it'll let you know what apps have it enabled, which apps don't have it enabled, and you can go through and do it. Weirdly, I have an app in mind, the Lorax Classic app. It's for like the camera things or whatever, and I'm almost thinking about deleting it because I'm like, it's using up like 5-6% of my battery. I don't even open it, so I don't know why it's using my battery. So I gotta see. It's my doorbell and all that other stuff, but I don't open it, but somehow it's using battery, and I don't know why it's using battery. So I'm like, I turned this thing on to kind of put it to sleep, and it's still using like 5% of my battery. Don't know why. That's not the Razr Fold. That's the app, not the Razr Fold's fault. So that was the biggest issue that I think has plagued a lot of people with the Moto Razr Fold. The second one, and this one again goes back to Motorola. And yes, I know in the US, we don't get phones with screen protectors, right? We just don't. But guess what? I am a world traveler in my mind. At least my cell phones are world travelers because I import them from everywhere. We got the Huawei. I love my man over there with the Huawei folders. Love him telling you how to put stuff in there. But we got the Huawei. But guess what the Huawei has? It has a screen protector on the device, out the box. My N6 had a screen protector on the phone, out the box. You know what this didn't have? A screen protector on it, out the box, right? Not good, because this screen is amazing. Yes, it's got Corning Gorilla Glass 3 on it. But trust me, that shit still gets scratched. And there is nothing worse than having a big, beautiful screen than putting your phone in your pocket and you pull it back out and you got one of them little micro scratches on your phone. You can't unsee it after that. But it can be fixed. And the problem with this phone is the screen is sneaky curved. Like, I don't know if you can see that, but it is so subtly curved right here on these edges. Like, it is not flat. So what's happened is there are a lot of tempered glass screen protectors that were made out there. And I think they were made earlier on. I know this phone was released overseas for a little while earlier than this. And a lot of people were saying that some of these tempered glass screen protectors don't quite fit right because of that weird curve in the screen. Also, and I said this in my video, always use protection. The glass screen protectors on a curved screen, never the way to go, because you end up getting this like lip on the side of your phone because it's still glass. It no matter what it is, it's a thick layer of glass. It's not thick, even a thin layer of glass on the side. So when you go to swipe backwards, you're hitting the side of this phone, and I hate that. Also, it becomes a dust ledge all the time. Put it in your pocket, come out, it always dust fills up in these corners. So, and I had said this before, this phone is basically a clone to the Oppo N5 and N6. Like, we need to do a DNA, figure out who daddy is who mama was sleeping around, because it's the same damn phone. That's like Step Brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, this one is basically the same phone. Like, this has the same issues as build-wise as the Oppo N5. They put the power button and stuff too high, all of this. Same as the Oppo N5. Like, they had to have. But the good thing is the Oppo N5 TPU screen protectors, or hydrogel screen protectors, fit on this thing. And I'm telling you, you can't even tell I have one on there, can you? Let me turn it off. Can you tell that it's on there? But it is. Oh, and it's so buttery smooth too. Right? You can tell if you look. Man, go off. See, this thing just won't want to go off. You can tell right there because you can see the hole for the whatchamacallit. But it is on there, and it is. And yeah, I need to wipe down. I know my fingerprints are on it. But you can't tell, and it is smooth. They're cheaper, they're more durable, they can self-heal, and when they come off, you peel them off, you slide one back on, and you're good to go. I'm telling you, grab some of those. Oppo N5, N6 should fit too because they're the same ones. TPU or hydrogel. I put some links in the description too of stuff that I found that you can potentially get. Use those over glass. That's just my preference, until this thing has been out for a minute and the glass gets correct. And then you do what you want, right? I'm trying to think if anything else. Also, negatives on it. Or at least my phone, and I think it was my internet, but it was like, for some reason, it was like not lagging, but when you were opening apps, and again, I think it had something to do with the smart use, because it was shutting these apps down and they were put to sleep. Like, when you tried to open them up, that was taking forever. So, like, I'm here, I'll open this up, and it might do it. See, it might do it right now. Nope, there we go. See, that would take like 4 minutes before. Now, it's opening up. So yeah, like I said, that seems to be fixed. Don't know what that was, but like, I would be opening apps and like shit would take all day, and it was like frustrating me, one day. But it might just need a reset. I don't know. Couldn't quite figure out why it was doing that. But other than that, I ain't got no negatives. I ain't got no real negative things to say about this device. The device itself has been amazing. The build quality, amazing. It's solid. Feels so good in the hands. Pause. Right? Like, this phone ain't the lightest, but it feels so good holding it. It feels premium. Like you're holding something of substance, right? The outer screen, the inner screen, I'm telling you, I'm gonna say it right now, probably some of the best panels, some of the best screens I've seen on a device, right? I'm at kind of I've been trying to figure out what phone I thought potentially had a better screen on it. I don't know. I legitimately don't know. I can't. This one right now has the best. And it's amazing. I mean, from the moment you power this thing up, guarantee you, you're like, oh shit, that's nice. As soon as you power it up, it hits you the moment it hits you. Now, something I will say, it hit me yesterday. That 6,000 nits peak brightness, I'm going to tell you right now, the sun is undefeated. I'm going to tell you that right now. The sun is undefeated. So, yes, it has 6,000 nits brightness. But if you were smack dab outside underneath the sun, and that is about just hitting you, giving you Mike Tyson blows of sunshine, yeah, it's going to be hard to see. But in all other situations, you good to go. And you can still see it. It's just, it's going to be hard. A little bit harder. You know, it hit me yesterday. No shade, sun right above my head, on my back, and shining on it. And I'm like, can't really see. So it's, minor thing. One of the surprising things on this device, and I know everybody that watches videos, people got to realize, when you watch a video, a lot of this stuff, that is the most extreme, worst lighting you get on camera. Like, it's not real. That's not what it looks like in real life. You see that? It hits that light right there. And so this crease has been talked about a lot. This is a 10-day crease at this point. Still, barely feel the crease. I feel the hinge more than I feel the crease. Like, that's, especially near the edges. You really feel the hinge around the edges more. But like in the middle, right here, you barely feel it, right? You don't really feel that much. Like I said, it is neck and neck. I still think it's better than the Fold 7 at this point. But the crease on this bad boy is nice. So screens on this thing, the Gorilla Glass Corning 3 or whatever it's on the exterior, great. This interior OLED panel, great. I mean, it doesn't feel spongy or plasticky. Like, this thing feels amazing, right? Like, it's great. Software, come on now. Software, let's talk about it. So, little side apps on the side. This stuff, amazing. We've had this for a while. So it ain't like, come out in the freeform window, do something like that. That kind of thing. Love that. That's always been good. Now, you go like that and you say, boom. Now you got the 3 screens, right? The 3 screens is good. Now you might think, right? Okay, that is where it ends. No, sir. No. If you remember, and see, this is what I'm saying about copying isn't always bad. It is good to be inspired by other people. Now, Vivo X Fold 5 came out. If you remember, a lot of you probably don't know what that device is. But when the Vivo X Fold 5 came out, it had a lot of promises. And the one that they really delivered on was they had this feature called Workbench. And what they would do is it was almost like, I think they have it on Macs, where you have like all these apps on the side, and it was like this multitasking thing. And instead of having the 3 apps like we had it before, where you have like just one half here, one half there, or like a third, what they did is you could have like 5 full-fledged apps running all at the same time. But it'd be like in little windows. So it'd be like in the windows like this. And so Motorola said, bet. Okay, we like that. We're not going to do that. But you inspired us. And so what we did do is now we got it's like a carousel on the multitasking and for the 3 apps. So you can go from 3 apps like this.
Where's the guts?
Is he ever coming back?
You can do 3 apps like this, you look like this, or you go boom. Oh, you gotta do it like this. I want maximum appage. And so it gives you like a window, and it's like a carousel. Watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. Boom. You just hit the thing, and they just swing round the rosy. It goes, and they're all active.
That's a great question. It is a good question.
It's still running in the background. Look at it.
I saw a lot of that yesterday when you were telling the New York media that.
Is his name ever coming off the show?
Look at that. It's still running in the background. That is Workbench from the Vivo X Fold 5. That's what that is. That's literally the same thing as Workbench from the Vivo X Fold 5. And even when you're doing that, I still can get my normal windows up just like that. I still got my floating windows floating around. And then I got the bubbles. You see? So you can still floating windows, multitasking. We finally have, and see, the Chinese ROM phones have perfected multitasking already. Like, y'all be sitting around thinking Samsung's multitasking is good. Nah. Oppo Boundless View from back in the day, which what they did was you would have an app here, and then they would do an app at the bottom. And so instead of this carousel, you would have 2 apps side by side, and then you'd have one underneath it. So you just like bounce like this, and it would just like kind of sit static. This carousel, genius. Because you can just be like, oh man, I need to copy and paste. Copy, hit it, boom, go in here. All this stuff is active. Oh my God. Like I'm telling you. Getting excited. It is amazing. The multitasking on this thing is amazing. Now, again, I don't want to tear nobody else down to bring somebody else up, but I did not like Mr. Mobile's review of this phone because it came off as it was like he was negging the phone, and I don't even know if that's the term for it, but like that thing where like someone's like they're gonna say something good, but then then they're gonna end it with something negative, or they're gonna say something good, but then say it in like a negative way or a negative connotation. So it was like every good thing he had to say about the phone, he either said it in a negative connotation or he added something negative about something at the end of that conversation, which then made you feel like all the good he was saying before was just negative, right? About the phone. One of the things he said was, oh, well, the AI button isn't unmappable. And I said the same thing. Well, why won't you be able to map the AI button? And the reason you don't need to map the AI button is because you don't have to. Sometimes if you give people too many options, you get paralysis by analysis, meaning because you got too many options, you just don't do nothing with them, right? So, yes, we all think, hey, man, I wish I could remap this AI button and put like, I don't know, camera on it, right? maybe I need to put the camera app on my AI button. Moto says, why? You don't need to put the camera on the AI button because all you can do is do this. Whack, whack, boom, camera on. Whoa. Look at that, taking pictures. Let's do it. Let me show it to you again. Oh man, I want to use the AI button from a camera. No, you can't. Why? Because all I got to do is this. Whack, whack, camera's on. Why do I need that? Okay, you don't need it. Now, maybe I want to put Apple Wallet on my AI button. Motorola says, why? You don't need that. You can just go whack, whack, boom. Double tap the power button. Google Wallet turns up. Again, why do you need to program it to your AI button? Okay? You know, maybe I want to put a different AI on the AI button. Google says, no, sir. I want you to have 9,000 AI units on the phone. So you can program one AI unit on the AI button and you can program Gemini on the power button. Dang, just hold it, right? But what if I want to put my flashlight on the AI button? Moto says, have you not learned by now? You don't need to. Just whack, whack, karate chop that fool. And it'll turn on. Oh, you got to turn it off? Whack, whack. Oh, it'll turn off again. Now, please, don't throw your phone when doing that. If you're going to do that, make sure you're holding your phone tight. But let's watch it again. Whack, whack. Oh, camera's on. Your flashlight's on. Whack, whack. Now it's off. So why do I need the AI button, right? Oh, man. You know what? I think I want to open some random app with the AI button. Moto said, sir, you don't need to. But you can't have something else. What else are you going to want me to do? What else are you going to do? Just tap the upper third of the back of your phone. Oh, I set it to open up my Google Wallet again. Because couldn't think of nothing else I wanted to do with it. But you just tap it and boom, boom, it turns on. So no, Mr. Mobile, you don't need to remap that button because the phone's already mapped to do 1,000 freaking things with all these other multi-features built into it without having to touch that one button. But I get it. It's a button that's right there that's too high, but it's there. And I guess you just want to press it and it do something other than AI. I get it. You're not wrong. You know what I mean? You're not wrong. Okay? But it's so much stuff like that in this phone. It's amazing. The other AI features, AI Studio. I routinely go in here, I'm writing something, and the little AI writer thing, it'll proofread it, it'll rephrase it, elaborate, shorten it, make it friendly, make it emojified. Like, it does a lot of stuff, tons of stuff. Very usable, super customizable, right? So let's look at this lock screen. Oh, no, hold on. Look at that lock screen. See, biometrics on this also so good. Look at that. Look at that. Biometrics on here. Amazing. And you still got lock screen stuff out here. But the biometrics on here are simply amazing. Speakers, pretty good. But again, ain't like I'm listening to anything on my phone speakers. So, you know, some of you guys that care what these phone speakers sound like are crazy psychopaths that sit around and listen to phone music out loud. I never do that. Tint mode, using it, like this, but you got to do it like this because the thing is here. Using it like that. All these things. Amazing ways to use this device. It is by far, like I said, it is the best foldable phone I have used to date. And then we're going to end this on the thing that I've been waiting for so long. Since they decided to fold phones in half. got dang flagship cameras on my foldable phone. And thank you, baby Jesus, we finally have them. The cameras, again, I'm not talking about that review no more, but the cameras on this phone are spectacular. Now, do they struggle potentially in some video scenarios? Yes, pretty much all Android phones do. That is an Android situation. Don't know why. Don't know any Android phone that's out here giving you amazing video, except for like, these new Chinese phones out here, especially that Vivo with the built-in rig and everything, which is crazy. But most of these phones, are, and this is nitpicking, when you are out here taking a picture, watching a video of your kids running around the backyard, trying to get the dog, trying to picture of your partner or a function or something like that, this camera's going to do just fine. You have to remember, these are reviewers doing professional things with these cameras and it not holding up to those standards. But the standards for you and me, I'm a you and me guy. For us, this is amazing. Okay? I'm telling you right now, this is a flagship camera. It was last day of school for my kids today. And I remember the last time I had one of them days I had the Honor Magic V5. And that was the last time I had a camera that I was truly excited to take those pictures, because I had one of those Galaxy Folds the previous time before that, and them pictures was trash, right? They were trash. But the pictures with this phone were and are amazing. You will take amazing pictures in almost all scenarios. But if you take a bad picture, it's going to look good and just be real bad. And that might highlight how bad it really is. But it's going to look good, right? It's going to look good. Now add some pics in here to kind of show you. Ain't been nowhere super fun to take really good pics with the Fold to get on here, but I got a ton with the Motorola Signature, which again, same camera system, same cameras, so they both do the same thing. But this thing, and you've seen some of the pics I've taken with it outside, with the dandelion and the flowers and everything. I mean, this thing takes amazing pictures, and it just completes the package that is the Motorola Razr Fold 2026. Now, like I said, customer service is trash. But the good thing, you don't have to order this from Motorola right now. T-Mobile is giving you one for free, right? Giving it to you. Call them up. AT&T. Pretty sure Comcast is coming to Comcast. Verizon also getting it, right? You got it. Go to Best Buy. Grab one from them. And you ain't got to worry about their customer service has already been perfected, or at least as good as it's going to get. Motorola, you got some working to do. So I can't advise people to order from you, but I will say they need to order this phone from whoever they can get it from. And if you do decide to order it from Motorola, you just need to be aware of where the pitfalls and challenges will come up, and protect yourself in those scenarios. Protect your trade-in. Make sure you know going into it, what's happened, the time frame, and you stick to those things so you don't get screwed at the end. But for everybody else, man, you need to call T-Mobile, go to AT&T, hit up, pretty sure Google Fee is got it coming. Verizon has also got it coming. And I think they're selling on Amazon at this point. Hit up one of them people and grab this phone. And when you do grab it, you definitely want to put an amazing case on it. And one of the cases that I think everyone's going to be excited to get, and I'm excited to get, is going to be the Thinborn super thin MagSafe carbon fiber aramid case, right? And I have one coming in for review, but most importantly, the channel is giving away a free one to one of you guys. So we're running the giveaway now. It's live. I'm gonna leave a link in the description, and you can go on there, sign up, completely free to enter. And you can go in there and sign up to get, if you got a Motorola Fold, you can sign up to win a free Thinborn Fold Razr 2026 case. And who knows, if we get, put it this way, if we can get over 1,000 people to enter, I'll give away 2. Okay? Now, they gave me the first one to give away, and I'm reviewing it when it comes in. But I'm telling you right now, if we can get 1,000 people to enter this giveaway, right? 1,000 people to enter the giveaway, I'll add another one, meaning not Thinborn, but I will personally grab another one and make sure we're giving away 2 of these phones. Okay? So that's what we're trying to do. It's free, completely free to enter. Obviously, if you want to, you can buy a couple extra entries. I would love that. You don't have to, but it's completely free to enter. We're going to have bonus entries, so make sure you like and subscribe. I mean, it's all in there. That's in the description, but I'm telling you, I've been a folding fan for years now, and I've been waiting for this for so long. I thought the N6, the Oppo Find N6, was going to be the one that was going to take my eSIM. And that creaseless screen is revolutionary. They completed the Fold by making a creaseless screen, because at that, now we know you don't need a crease. So Moto, call Oppo and get inspired to use that same crease technology and put that on the Razr Fold 2027. And then we got a banger, right? Because what's going to happen is you have now raised the bar of foldables. It's too late for Samsung. We already know what they bringing. They bringing us the same Fold 7 with a Fold 8, and then you got the Fold Wide, whatever that's going to be called. We know what's happening with them. This beats that. So if you were asking yourself, oh, should I wait for the Fold 7 or should I get the Fold? You should get the Razr Fold. I'm going to tell you right now, if you want the best Fold absolutely possible, get the Razr Fold 2026, because it is a better Fold in every single aspect. Every single one. The only one that Samsung is going to win out is ecosystem. And that is unfortunately undefeated by them. That you can't beat them in that, because it's been building for so long. But other than that, this is the best Fold on the planet right now. And I don't really see a competitor coming in and beating them. And yes, well, what about the Apple iPhone? What about the Apple iPhone? Guess what? I got iMessage and FaceTime on my Razr Fold 2026. So, I mean, I don't really need nothing else. But the Apple iPhone, again, is a genre changing phone when it comes out. It will still be determined on how the how you guys take that phone, but if Apple can do it, and it will make this whole segment of phones better by having it in the lineup. It ain't better than this. It won't be. The cameras won't be better. The battery won't be better. But the experience will be different because it's a wide foldable. It's a book style foldable. It'd be basically this, but Apple. So it'd be different. It's going to be different. And so I think it's going to be something different, but it's still not the best. That's right here. So thank you guys. This has been a long one. I'm definitely going to put some timestamps in the description. So if you want to, for people watching this, if you want to skip over my rant about customer service, you can skip to the good stuff. You don't have to listen to that. But I had to get that out. So please, like I said, enter the giveaway. And yeah, we're going to give away one. And like I said, if we can get 1,000 people to enter the giveaway, we're going to give away 2. All right, we'll give away another one. So we got some time. I think it doesn't end. The thin-born cases aren't shipping until June 15th. And I want to say, I can't remember when the giveaway ends, but I think it's like either that week, either the 15th or Sunday before. It'll be in the description. I can't remember, but it's that week, that June 15th when it ends. So stay tuned for the thin-born Razr Fold review. As soon as it gets in, I'm gonna get that thing on, and I'm excited for it because not only it has MagSafe and it's thin. So I am really hopeful for this case. Super excited and glad that Thin-born reached out and partnered with me on that. So yeah, if you guys have any other questions, hit me up in the comments. And yeah, talk to you guys later.